What is up, everybody? It is DJ Martini, Midwest Reviews and Tutorials, coming at you with another video for my channel. Today we have a good one. We're going to be talking about the Monster Round 1. And I definitely wanted to bring it to you because it's just a cool little speaker that, like I said, I've been getting a couple Monster items and they just work and they're working good. And so those are the little items that they're random that I want to bring to you guys just in case you haven't heard about it or didn't even know they existed. That's the kind of stuff I like to bring to you guys because it's just the rare items that just work. Makes sense to get them on the channel and make sure that you see a review on them so you can pick up some good valued items that just work. You know, it just makes sense to me. So I have the round one today. It's a cool little Bluetooth speaker that I'm going to try to get you as much in-depth details that I can today. So full review on it right here on the channel. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's DJ Martini, Midwest Reviews and Tutorials. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff if this is helpful in any way. And just remember, I love doing tutorials. I love doing reviews. I'm just here to help do that research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. So thank you guys so much. Let's lock in and hit the box. What is in the box? All right, so you saw the box. It did get beat up a little bit. It got punched and smashed, and Amazon did a number on it, but everything was still good in the box, so we're lucky there. All right, I want to show you the actual speaker real quick. It does look very, very nice. It has a nice, long, thick cord. This thing is super thick. Good build on this, nice rubber design. It feels like I could drop it a couple times. It would be good to go. Feels pretty tough. And it has a nice material on the front. It says Monster. Has your nice plus minus volumes play right there on the front. Has your inputs right here, which is your charging port, USB Type-C right there. Let me get you in here a little bit. There we go, USB Type-C and a 3.5 millimeter jack. And everybody's like, 3.5, do we really need those anymore? In my opinion, every time, yes, they do. And that's what I look for in these speakers. I still like the chance of plugging these in, taking my laptop around, plugging them in. I just like the connection a little bit better. And I even think sometimes you can get at least some, depending on the different codecs in these speakers, that sometimes you can get a little bit more volume out of Bluetooth speakers corded than not corded. But that's just sometimes, and certain speakers with codecs and things like that. But yes, very, very cool that it has a 3.5 and this one does. Other than that, like a little rubber, so when it sits, it's not scratching or grinding on there. And then you have, of course, your power button here and a mode button to switch in between those Bluetooth and the auxiliary port. So that's about it. Other than that, in the box, you do get a giant suction cup because it is made to be like a shower speaker, which I do like with the waterproofing. You do get a 3.5 millimeter jack, which was a bonus in my opinion, and I dropped it, but you do get a USB Type-C cord along with the plug-in USB Type-A there. So pretty cool, short little cords, about I would say this is about 12 inches, so that's about it. Pretty short cords. Other than that, you do get the instruction little booklet, and you do get their little surprise waiting for you, Monster VIP warranty little card that you can check out. So let's go ahead, and I know the main things that you want to know is a little bit of specs on it. You want to know how it sounds, and you want to know how long it lasts. So let's go ahead and give you those specs really quick, and then we'll give you some cool little tests that I'm about to do. So it does get 4.6 stars or 4.5 stars right now. It did go down. I just double checked it here. And about 500 reviews, but they're pretty positive. And I would agree that this speaker works pretty good and definitely surprised me. It retails for about $30. That's retail is $29, but I picked it up on a sale for $20. So just keep an eye for occasionally it goes on sale. And I got it for $20, which I think is fantastic. Any Bluetooth speaker that you picked up for $20, I think it's worth taking a chance on. Other than that, it is kind of called the round one, and it is kind of made for the shower, but it could also be any kind of portable speaker. Like since it has the really cool clip on here, and then if it did come with a carabiner, that would be nice, but mine did not. So you could still, you know, put it around something or get a carabiner yourself and still clip it onto something. So pretty cool. It's super light, doesn't weigh much at all, has 15 watts of power, and it claims to run for 24 hours, but that is at a moderate volume level. but in real life, you're probably only getting about 20 hours, and it does take 2 to 3 hours to charge. So it does take a little bit to charge. There's no fast charging or things like that. But 24 hours, I think that's pretty good for any little Bluetooth speaker. So pretty good there. It has true wireless sound pairing as well. So true wireless sound connect. So you can pair two together if you had two of them. It does have IPX rated 8, which is really good, including waterproof, dustproof, those types of things. So that's kind of cool. In the box, once again, just real quick, the speaker, the charging cable, the suction cup, and the user manuals all were included. So very, very cool. Like I said, 2 to 3 hours of charging. I had to charge it right away when I picked it up. It was completely dead. So I did have to do that, which was inconvenient, but charged it up right away. And then, like I said, so far I haven't had to charge it at all because I haven't even put 24 hours of use on it. But it does sound really good for sound, which we'll get into in a second. But I do want to also put out, it does have a microphone in it, so you can do calls with it and that type of thing, which is an extra bonus because I didn't think it had a microphone for what it is. And so even if you were in the shower, you could take a call, right? So that's pretty cool. It doesn't have very good like noise suppression, so it's not going to like cover up things in the background, so you might have to talk a little bit louder, but the microphone does work decently. And I've taken some calls where people said I was legible and they could hear me and everything was good, but I was more in quiet situations. So just something to think about. I will go ahead and give you a quick mic test right now in the video so you can get a quick look at what the mic sounds like. Hello, this is DJ Martini, Midwest Reviews and Tutorials, doing a voice recording on the Monster Round 1 portable wireless speaker. This is what it's going to sound like during a voice call or any kind of chat using the speaker. That's all I got. Tell me what you think. Other than that, the next thing you're going to want to know is how does it sound? Well, I think it sounds really good. It actually has some nice little thump to it. I wasn't expecting it to be a bassful speaker, but it does have some thump. It's not crazy. It's not going to super blow you away, but you just will be surprised from the little size this is. And I've had other shower speakers. This thing is super loud compared to what I expected. So that's my opinion, and like I said, that's going to be subjective to everybody because everybody's going to think loud is different, but it is a lot louder than I thought. Especially if you're in the shower, I wouldn't even listen to it at full volume because it's pretty loud. So other than that, let's go ahead and give it a quick sound test. I do have my tablet here, and we'll check it out. So let's go ahead and fire it up first just so you can hear it turn on. Plays a little chime.
Discovering.
And it's blinking on the front.
The device is connected.
There you go. So it automatically goes into that Bluetooth pairing. And then I do have my tablet over here that it is logged into or connected to Bluetooth via. And then we'll go ahead and play some music that I can play. That's about half volume. And that's pretty loud actually. The buttons work pretty good as well, and then I can pause this. Let's go ahead and get another song, see if I can get another little bit instrumental on here. All right, that thing is pretty loud. So I definitely want to, and I at the very end there, I did have it up to full volume, which there is a little distortion in it, but really good for a shower speaker. If you're in the shower, that thing is going to be loud. It's going to be in your face. And like I said, I probably wouldn't have it that loud. It's pretty crazy. So I do like it. And like I said, the buttons work nicely. Simple speaker to use, power your volumes, play and pause, and yeah, you're good to go. And we can hit play anytime. And this thing is pretty loud. Basically has one big driver in the front, and yeah, pretty good. 15 watts of power and waterproof. So we have to test that. It is a shower speaker, and so I'm going to give you a quick test of the waterproof, and hopefully it doesn't let me down. All right, I do want to make one little correction. I did say it could be dustproof with that rating, but that doesn't include the dust proofing, so I was a little bit off on that. So it's not all considered dust proof, but it is supposed to be waterproof up to 1 meter, which is 3.3 feet, with that IPX rating 8. So it's also could be submerged in that water for up to 30 minutes, but that's only 3.3 feet. So that's not super deep. That's not even the depth of some pools. They're, pretty deep. So the tub, yes. The shower, getting showered on and everything, absolutely. But we're going to give it a dunk and see what happens. And I'm old school. Electronics and water usually don't mix, but I'm a little scared to do this, but it's supposed to be good to go, right? So let's go ahead and play some music on this bad boy. It actually floats, which is cool. Oh yeah. It's beating. All right, buddy, the dunk test was successful. The speaker is still alive. It still works. It's still leaking water, but I could press play and it's still working just fine. So that's really, really cool. Let's go ahead and hit up its pros and cons. In my opinion, pros is price point, man. It really hits hard for its $40 price point. I think that's a steal. I think even on Amazon right now, it's $29, which is even a better deal. If you can find it on a sale or some kind of special for $20, you should just go ahead and pick one up, because I think it could be useful for something that you do out there, whether that be like cycling, clip to your backpack, outdoor activities by the pool, in the tub, in the shower. It works great for all those types of things. So super cool. The true wireless sound connect is cool. If you had 2 of them for stereo sound, you could fill a nice little room with 2 of these speakers. The IPX rating is nice, that it worked and it's waterproof. So yeah, up to 3.3 feet, 1 meter, up to a half hour. So don't go over that half hour. It might not work after that. Other than that, my cons, I have very, very few, actually. It's got good build, and everything looks really, really good. So the only thing I have, just to be a little bit picky, is that I did have to charge it. So how long have these been sitting around? So battery life might be something to think about on these. The sound is subjective to everybody, of course, so some people might not love it, but bass lovers might think it's thin. But in my opinion, I think it sounds pretty thumpy, for my opinion. It gives a nice little boom, but it doesn't sound like a big speaker, of course. It's a small speaker, but it sounds pretty good for its weight, like I said, so pretty cool. The microphone is just okay. It's not fantastic. Sounds a little bit quiet in certain situations. You're going to have to be close to it or around it for it to pick you up, but not bad for, like I said, a $20, $30, $40 little speaker. So be careful in loud environments because it might not pick you up as good with the microphone, but other than that, it's nice that it has a mic, it works. And the only other thing is that I did notice, like using it with like Alexa or using it with the Grok or Chat GPT, for some reason I got like some crackle and pops while I'm trying to speak. It was weird. When I use it for Bluetooth, YouTube, all that other stuff, no issues, but just maybe that has to do something with the app. I'm not sure. So a little curious on that with some crackles and pops, but other than that, didn't notice it in using it for music or anything else. So just with the ChatGPT and Grok. So other than that, that's all I have for negatives. Overall, my final thoughts is this speaker definitely punches over its $40 price point, and if you can pick it up for less, 29 or even 20, I think it's a steal at that price, and I think it's a go ahead, pick one up. I think you will like it. So hopefully, in my opinion. Other than that, this has been the Monster Round 1. It's a cool little Bluetooth round speaker. That's why it's called the Round 1. And like I said, good waterproofing, good build, nice cord, comes with a suction cup for that shower. So yeah, it's a cool little Bluetooth speaker, and I think everybody should at least give it a little try, check it out, and see what you think. You might like it. Other than that, that's all I got for you. I got more Bluetooth speakers and headphones coming from Monster and some other companies, so stay tuned for more content right here, DJ Martini Midwest Reviews and Tutorials. We'll see you later, but hopefully see you soon.